Hey, what is up team? Brandon here from Go Headquarters with today's full breakdown. So we've got a fun Metcon ahead of you that has some hang squat cleans in it. And then of course we've got some accessory work for the hamstrings and the abs. So let's get you guys moving with a little warm up. I'm gonna have you grab that jump rope, guys, and we are gonna start with just 2 minutes worth of jump rope practice. So as always with the jump rope, feel free to work on some patterns and footwork if you wanna play around a little bit with some of those patterns. I'm not looking for double unders. We don't need any particular skills in today's workout. We are just getting warmed up. So 2 minutes on your jump rope, and then you can lose the jump rope. We do not need it moving forward. Next up, 3 rounds, 10 reps each. We're gonna do just some standing abductions. So if you need something to balance on, that's cool. Grab a wall, grab a countertop. But I'm keeping my hip, my knee, my toe, everything pointing forward towards the camera. And I'm just lifting my leg straight out to the side, trying to squeeze from that hip. So 10 on that leg, and then of course 10 on the other leg. Back and forth, 3 rounds each. Then, next part of the warm-up. So we are getting into some specific warm-ups for your hang squat cleans. So depending on the equipment that you will be using for that, whether it's dumbbells or a barbell, you might want to warm up specifically with that item. So I'm going to demonstrate this real quick both ways. So next warm up, 2 rounds, 8 high elbow to strict press, and then a duck walk. So I've got an overhand grip on my bar with low elbows. So from the side, you can see my elbows are low. So what I want you guys to do is with a full grip, I want you to go to high elbows. So I have not sacrificed my grip. Then bring them back down into a strict press. Return, so high elbows, low elbows, strict press. Okay, and this is limbering you up so that you can receive that barbell effortlessly in your front rack position later. If that's an uncomfortable spot, that will kind of mess with you in the Metcon. You guys can actually do the same thing with dumbbells. So if you hold your palms facing forward, this won't work with a neutral grip very well, but if you hold your palms facing forward, you can actually still kind of do an elbows up, elbows down strict press routine. We won't be finding that high elbow position as severely with dumbbells later, because we're going to switch the grip on that a little bit. So that won't really apply later, but it's still good front rack mobility in general. So 8 of those, and then we're going to do a duck walk. Now what I would do is I would probably do 10 or 12 steps forward, or maybe you can cover 6 or 8 feet, something like that. So round 1 on the duck walk, we're in the bottom of the squat. Feet are definitely flat, knees out, chest up, and then we're trying to walk forward with really flat feet. Okay, so round 1 you can go forward. But round 2, when you come back to the duck walk, I just want you to put it in reverse instead of forward gear. Okay, so do the same number of steps or cover the same distance, but just backwards. And then we are going to head straight into the Metcon. So you guys will want to warm up on your hang squat cleans before we actually start the timer on this. You'll want to get comfortable with the movement pattern and get up to your working weight, that sort of thing. But here's what the Metcon entails. So it's going to be basically a 21-15-9 routine of hang squat cleans. But before every round of squat cleans, you're going to do a 400-meter run. So it's 400-meter run, 21 hang squat cleans. 400-meter run, 15 hang squat cleans. 400-meter run, 9 hang squat cleans. So hang squat clean. I'm going to demo this with both a bar and dumbbell, so bear with me here, guys. So I've got my clean set up from the high hang. So I basically deadlifted this up. I've got an overhand grip on the bar. My feet are about hip width. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop my hips open, and then I'm going to drop underneath it while I receive the bar at my front rack with high elbows. I'm down in the bottom of my squat. Now I've got to stand it all the way up before I bring the bar back down and start over. So pop, drop, and stand. Pop, drop, all the way below parallel, and stand. So it does have to be a full squat depth, and you've got to stand all the way up before you get rid of that rep. Okay, so that's gonna be your hang squat clean. Now with dumbbells, this looks a little bit different. So instead of that overhand grip and making contact to the front of the thigh, I'd actually do a neutral grip with the dumbbells beside you, and then we can kind of still pop our hips, and it's gonna be a little more of a bicep curl on this style. So same thing though, pop, drop, and you can see how now I'm receiving these dumbbells in a neutral grip, and the head of that dumbbell is hitting me in the shoulder, but I did throw my elbows forward to get under that dumbbell. If you leave your elbows back, you're gonna be struggling to hold the weight there. So stand all the way up before you get rid of the weight. So sometimes people cut that clean short and they just start doing something like this, and that's not okay. You do have to finish the squat before releasing the weight to go back down for the next rep, okay? So that's gonna be your hang squat clean. So after that, you're definitely gonna be tired. I want you to try to stay on the gas for that routine. It is a relatively fast routine if you don't overload it. Then we're gonna do some accessory work. So this is just gonna be for quality, not for time. Don't rush through this stuff. We're gonna do 3 rounds, 10 stiff leg deadlifts. This is gonna be the double leg version, and then 8 per leg straddle hip circles. So for your stiff leg deadlift, I've got an overhand grip on my bar. I'm gonna stiffen up my legs, so I don't want my knees locked and I don't want them bending either. My back is flat. From here, I'm just going to hinge at the hip, keeping my back perfectly straight. My lumbar curve is visible. My knees hopefully haven't bent and they haven't locked out on me either. And at the bottom, I'm feeling that big pull on my hamstrings, keeping the weight close to me, and then squeeze your hamstrings and butt to return back up to the top. So there's no depth standard here. Doesn't matter how low you go, as long as you are in great position and you're feeling the hams, then that's good. But if you start to offload your position and do different things, A, you're not gonna feel it, B, it's maybe gonna be risky, and then C, it's not very effective. So really lock that in and have a perfect hip hinge. Now, if you don't have a barbell, you can carry dumbbells. You can carry a single dumbbell. You can carry a kettlebell. You can actually put a band under your feet. So use whatever you've got for that move, guys. Maybe double up on some implements if you need to. So 10 of those at a time, nice and smooth. And then we take it to the floor. So straddle hip circles. So I'm in seated straddle, right? I'm just doing the splits basically. Don't max out your split. Sometimes if you go too far on this, you won't be able to execute the hip circle. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'll maybe demo my right leg first. So I'm going to take my hands on this one and I'm going to straddle my leg with my hands, and that's going to be a finger contact to the floor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 8 clockwise circles on my right leg with a locked knee and a pointed toe, okay, or a pointed foot. And then I'll turn my attention to the left leg and I'm going to do 8 counterclockwise circles. So both hips are externally rotating, but that means the left needs to go counterclockwise. So really stare at your knee and at your toe, make sure those things are being held straight. So what we don't want to do is lift the leg and start doing little like knee circles instead of hip circles, right? So we really want that coming from the hip. To make this more challenging, you can extend out over your leg further. To make it easier, you can recline back even further, but ideally our hands are in front of us. They do not go behind us, because then that becomes maybe too extremely easy, okay? So wrapping up the workout with that accessory work, 3 rounds, 10 stiff leg deadlifts, and then 8 per leg straddle hip circles. Hopefully that's a great workout today. The running and squat cleans should have had you pretty gassed out if you stayed on it. Stay safe out there, guys. Keep hitting it hard, and we'll see you next time.